Hi, I'm Chris Orestis, the president of Retirement Genius, and it's a real pleasure to be coming live from Medicarians 2025 in the live podcast studio. We're working on today's subject, which has been financial security as part of the newly launched Financial Security Forum. At the meeting, we've released a white paper called Financial Security 2030, and we've had a series of panel discussion sessions today covering that topic, examining the aging population as boomers and Gen X are getting to retirement age, and what that means demographically, economically, politically, the opportunities and the challenges that agents and advisors are going to see in their business over the coming years. And I can't think of a better person to help kick off this conversation than Todd Villeneuve, who is the CEO of IFC National Marketing, one of our panelists from today's session, from the perspective of distribution, agents, advisors. And I thought a good question to start out with, seeing as what we've been talking about are the opportunities and challenges, is, in your view, Todd, what do you think are some of the opportunities that agents might be missing out on with where the landscape is shaping up?
Again, thanks, Chris, for bringing me out there. I think there's a couple ways to answer that, but I just think for a defensive posture, if they're not getting at least some tactical knowledge on some of the retirement planning options that their clients are going through, and a myriad of different products that they're buying from other people and aging into, things like final expense come to mind, annuities, life insurance. There's opportunity for life settlements, and a myriad of other things as it goes through hospital indemnity, dental, and all these things. If the agent isn't talking to his clients to the extent that I can find and give them solutions from possibly not them, but actually can drive solutions by partnering with a CFP or a specialist or expand their planning practice. I can see that the largest opportunity with the boomer coming in and the growth is that they have so much more income streams that they can actually start to really gain value in, and they can monetize it now.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
we believe that some of the additional products that are being sold in a traditional Medicare book of business should and would be about $150 per client per year in recurring revenue. And if you had 500 to 8 clients and you systemically were offering them some solutions to simple annuity, life, long-term care options, that you're walking away from $75,000 of revenue you can have, and then also when you scale, you can sell.
So it sounds to me like a big part of what you do is lowering the barrier to entry for agents to have a full toolkit of solutions to take a holistic approach to how they're working with clients. And you've created a way to bring down that barrier of entry from a cost and a technology perspective.
Yeah, we actually call it the Gold Experience, and it's $100 a month. It's about a $40,000 a year plan that we do. Is we just use a multi-channel approach to just lightly touch these clients on a basis, and asking them if they're looking at different things, if they'd want more information, or if they'd want to expand a relationship or create a conversation in-house or face-to-face, and then we help our agents either decide that they want to become product experts and get tactful in there, or do they want to find a local specialist that they could team up with? Because the idea is that these products are being bought, Chris, and if they're not being sold or presented or offered by the agents, they're literally letting the fox in the henhouse on these deals, because they're buying them from somebody else, and God forbid those other people sell Medicare.
Yeah.
And sell in there. And so we believe that is a large income stream that needs to be protected, monetized. And if they choose to partner with somebody, understand that relationship is expanded. If I send 75 grand a year your way and you're a financial planner, you would try to bring everything you can here. But the reason that it works so well is this information is so desperately needed by people in that retirement area, 65, because they don't know about half the options they have.
Right. People don't know what they don't even know. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, they build and they have all these products and they end up may not need them, which is what Retirement Genius is a great tool to use to be able to look at the landscape of where their financials are and where maybe their life annuities and those things are, and see if they're actually in and on purpose or on point, or if there maybe that was another time and another date, and the reasons they're carrying some of this stuff forward may not be true today.
So, that's the agent experience. You're giving tools. I mean, come on, $100 a month. There's people that spend more than that at Starbucks a month. So, I mean, how, if you're not doing that, you're losing money. But what about the client side? What is the client prioritizing? What are they looking for? What do you hear the feedback coming from that side of the fence?
So I'll give you the example of when they kind of arch into the Medicare year, and you know that if you turn 64 for the next 365 days, your pile of Medicare information is just going to keep
Right.
That's mail after mail after mail.
Right.
And what they want is somebody to cipher that down for them.
Yep.
To ask them the questions that would uncover maybe the heart or the hurting point or the pain point that makes them say, I need to learn more about that, obviously.
Yep.
If you as an agent make it important for me to answer questions that I get uncomfortable about, then you need to cipher down that pile of information and help me get there. Or you need to have an access point where who you should talk to that you trust that will take care of your clients very well.
Right.
Medicare is a narrow corridor of knowledge that's vast and deep.
Yeah.
And specialization is awesome. Getting a tactical knowledge of other products and stuff is the same type of commitment. But Medicare tends sometimes to be a commodity. Annuities are a lot of like commodities. I want to buy this rate versus that rate,
Right.
and those type of things. But life insurance and some of the advanced planning stuff, there's some more panache and there's a little bit more of a skill level. But you just need to find your team, build your team up.
Yeah.
But that's how you make sure your clients get the information that they need, because you're willing and comfortable enough to ask some hard questions.
And how big is the IFC team? Like what do you cover territory and people-wise?
We're nationwide. I've got about 45 people based out of Minnesota. We have a wonderful work family. They are rock stars and they care more than anybody else, I believe, in the industry. Granted, that's very self-serving, but we're probably the fastest growing IMO in the Midwest. And we try to pull this whole partnering idea on that we'll be with you. We'll help you market. We'll help you learn knowledge. We'll pair you with the right people. And we just think we're more of in a give situation than a take.
Yep.
And I think that's playing really well. We're running on about 100 advisors a month now, and we're scaling to do better than that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So for people that are listening today, if there's one piece of advice that they could take and put immediately to work to help increase their success for their business and for their clients, what do you think that would be?
I think they need to be cognizant of the fact that their clients are buying financial products. They're buying them from someone else. And that other someone else might also do Medicare. And that financial product, the fact-finding process for some of those products is as in-depth sometimes as the whole Medicare program. So you're really consciously deciding you want somebody else to have your clients.
Yep.
Or give them a chance. And if for just defense alone, you need to have enough knowledge and build a team. And then for the offensive part is you're tripping over dollars to try to get dimes.
Yeah. Too many do that.
Yeah. And they have this group of people that love them.
Yeah.
I mean, the depth that a Medicare agent has in the hierarchy of their professional teams, they're like one of the first 2 or 3 people that get called if anything tremendously bad happens to them or tremendously good.
Yeah.
And the more products they put in, it just gets better and better.
That's a skill set that really needs to know their products. They got to know their stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then it really kind of solidifies the fact that if you have one product in a household, you have a 30% chance of keeping them. It's called the 30-60-90 rule. If you have 2 products in that household, there's a 60% chance that you have that client for life.
Yep.
But if you have 3, that brings it up to 90%. So if you're adding some different products and then you become their agent.
Yep.
And they're not looking other places, and if you line up as financial planner, you're still the guy.
Yeah.
or the woman or whatever it means, just to be general there. But
So the Medicare agent can play a very vital role in a team of experts with a specific solution, bringing a lot of value with a lot of very, very upfront point of contact.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that team can also help monetize the relationship by doing splits. We can get you contracted correctly. That any IMO, good IMO, can get you there. Any good IMO can get your knowledge base built up. But we're just trying to help you build that team so that all of your revenue streams are active, engaged. And the most important for agents is that their clients are being served correctly. And when they go to succeed or age out of the business or retire, whatever you want, they have taken and they can get the value for those products that are available in that book on the same multiples they do for the book that's generating revenue.
Well, Todd, thank you for being part of today's sessions, joining us today for this broadcast. And as always, it's great to see you at Medicarians and everywhere else we go in this great industry around this great country.
I appreciate you, man.
All right.
Thanks, Chris.